All right, in this lesson we're going to be calculating gradient. Now gradient means the steepness of a line. Now if a hill has a very high gradient, it means it is going up at a very steep rate. If it has a lower gradient, then it's kind of still going up, but it is going up at a slower amount. So we can also have positive gradients. These ones are positive because they're going left to right upwards. We can also have negative gradients. So we can have steep negative gradients that go down at a fast rate, or they can kind of go a bit slower, and we can have slower or smaller negative gradients. Now our rule for gradient, and we say that gradient equals m. Gradient is the rise of the line divided by the run of the line. Now if we say this is the line between these 2 points right here, then how much it is rising is between here and here, right? This is our rise versus our run, which is from left to right from point 1 to point 2. So here is our run. So what we are doing is figuring out how much this change is, the change in the y value, remembering this is a y-axis, and we write change as this triangle here, the change in the y. And we can also have the change in the x, which is the run across, right? So we can actually count it when we have a grid paper here, but we will use our formula today. So it's going to be change in change in y, because our rise is our y, divided by change in x. But our actual formula I would like you to learn, please, is that we are looking at the y2 value, take the y1 value, remembering that this is how high the first one is and this is how high the second one is, and we are subtracting that to get this value here, divided by our second x point, take our first x point. Remember, our second x point is this far along and it goes back to here. So that's the rule we're going to use, and we can actually calculate this one, or we can just count it. So we can say the rise here is 1, 2, 3. So our rise is 3 and our run is 1, 2, 3. So in this case it would be 3 divided 3, which is simply 1. So that one's a nice easy one. Let's do these ones now. Okay, so our x1 value here, and y1, x1, y1, x2, y2, let's actually write them out. This point is 1, 1, and this point here is 4 across and 7 up. So 4 across and 7 up. So if we say gradient equals, I keep writing it wrong, so you've got to learn it too. y2 take y1 on x2 take x1. Let's substitute our values. The y2 value is 7. Our y1 value over here is 1. We are dividing by our x2 value, which is 4. Take away our x1 value, which is 1. So 7 take 1 is 6, and 4 take 1 is 3, and 6 divided 3 equals 2. So our gradient here is 2. This one, our line is going from left to right, and it looks like it's headed downward. So let's label our points first. We've got -2 across and 4 up. So that's our x1, y1. And this here is 2 across, and it looks like it is 1 up. And we remember that this is our x2 and y2. So here's our gradient formula, y2 minus y1 on x2 minus x1. We have to get these in the right order, and we have to make sure that 2 is taking away 1 so that we are consistent each time. All right, y2 is 1. We are taking away our value of y1, which is 4. And then we have our x2, which is 2. Take away our -2x1. So 1 take 4 is -3. 2 minus -2 equals 4. If you would like me to check that on the calculator for you, happy to do that. Sorry, what are we doing? 2 minus -2 will give us our 4 there. And then our -3 divided 4 will actually give us -0.75. So this is a smaller gradient, but it is a negative one because it is going downhill. This one is a bigger one or a steeper one, and it is positive and it is going uphill. So we need to learn our rule here. Very important that we have this here, m equals y2 minus y1 on x2 minus x1.